So I'll actually make it very personal. So these are not about Fortinet, the company. I've actually had time to do a lot of reflection about things I've learned about cyber since joining the private sector. I wish I'd known when I was still a senior executive in federal service. And I'll give you three broad ones. In government, we tend not to understand the full extent to which digital transformation has taken off in the private sector. I mean, we may be moving into the cloud in government, we may be doing X as a service, but if you talk to private sector organizations, they are largely wholly dependent on the internet and online capability to be able to function at all. So that was one lesson learned, that the private sector is far, far ahead of government in embracing that digital transformation. With it comes risk that they don't always know about, but they recognize that they're heading into uncharted waters. The second is, and I'm coming from the perspective of someone who used to run the National Counterintelligence Program for the federal government, the issue of insider. Now, we all talk about insider threat. I don't actually like that term compared to insider risk, because yes, while there are bad apples in every barrel, the fact is the majority of people are hardworking, dedicated to the organization, but in total, there's probably more damage that happens from people accidentally doing harm than intentionally. It's insider risk. If you look at, for instance, in that digital transformation, web applications, their misconfigured web applications used by employees cause a lot of vulnerability that gets exploited. People sending emails, they reply to all instead of just to their boss, and therefore they inadvertently send information outside the organization. There are ways of harnessing technology so that you can help people who are trying to do the right thing to do it. And then the third is the underappreciated extent to which software-defined networking has been taking off in the private sector. Yeah, government gets the cloud. Yes, we get using, fill in the blank as a service. But the fact that you can talk to large private sector organizations where, other than corporate headquarters, all of their branch doesn't even have a physical network and a server. Everything is software-defined. So those are three epiphanies, three lessons learned that I've had in my transition from federal service to the private sector.